Guys, when I was 7 or 8 years old, we lived in Stearns, Kentucky. It's in McCreary County. And we rented a trailer there. My mom and dad did. And we lived there in Stearns, Kentucky. And there was this old lady that lived, beside us, just right there, really close. And she lived in a brick house, beside us right there. And she would sit up on her porch quite often. And I was a little kid, and I'd go out in the yard and play, and I'd go over there and talk to the old lady. And she was always really, really nice to me. And she would give me candy and tell me stories and things. And I really liked going over there and talking to her. And I would talk to her, every time I saw her outside, I was over there. And I'm sure that she was probably like, here's this kid again, bugging me, coming in over to my house and wanting candy and wanting me to tell him stories. But she never reacted that way. She's always really, really nice. And I remember one day I went over there and talked to this old lady, and she told me stories and was really nice that day. And I went and talked to her, and I seemed like a long time. Best I remember, it's been a long time ago because I'm 52 years old now. That's been when I was a kid. But I went over there on her porch and I talked to the old lady for quite some time. And I went back to my mom and was telling her, about the conversation I'd had with the neighbor lady. And the look on my mom's face was like total shock. She was like, and I didn't know at the time that the neighbor lady had actually passed away a couple of days before that. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. I mean, I talked to her. I was a kid. I didn't know. No one had told me that she was dead. And I went over and I talked to her. I came back to my mom and I talked to her about me talking to the neighbor lady, telling her all about the conversation and the stories that she told me. And my mom told me that she'd passed away a couple of days ago. And I had no idea. But I went and I talked to her on her front porch again. And looking back, it's astonishing, but I swear with everything that I have in my body, everything, I'd put my hand on the Bible if I had one laying right here and I'd take over there. That is 100% the truth. The old lady, I would go talk to her. She's a nice old lady on her front porch. She had like a carport porch, the brick house, and she would sit there and I would go over and talk to her, like I said, pretty much every day while we lived there. And I went that day, full conversation with her, talked to her, and then came back and told my mom all about it. And my mom sat me down and told me that that was impossible. It couldn't happen because she had passed away about 2 days before. 2 days before I talked to her. It's I know it sounds crazy, and you're going to say MD Creekmore's lost his ever loving mind, but it's the truth. 100%, I swear on everything that I have, everything that I own. 100% true. And my mom will tell you the same thing. She's still alive right now, and she will tell you that I came over there, I talked to her, I told her about the conversation I'd had with the lady that lived beside us, and she was dead. She'd been dead for like, I think it was 2 days, my mom said. Spooky, but true.